Good afternoon and thank you for joining. Today we will discuss some specifics around the payroll implementation project for the Lincoln, Nebraska facility. Let's get started. First, we will provide a brief introduction to the facility and the project. Next, we will discuss the project charter. The simplified project proposal will provide details regarding the third-party supplier that we selected. The quality control plan will highlight our steps to maintain our high level of expectations. The work breakdown structure, responsibility assignment matrix, and the network diagram will be touched on, followed by a snippet of our project schedule and Gantt chart. The resource usage sheet will highlight how our estimated tasks are split by resource, followed by the cost estimate for the project. The risk register and matrix outline some of the key risks associated with the project, and then lastly, we will close out the presentation with some final words. One of the key strategic manufacturing facilities of Schneider Electric's portfolio is the Lincoln, Nebraska facility. Established in 1959, this facility has grown to generate $500 million in sales with a return on sales approaching 22%. In order to achieve these sales and profit figures, the facility employs roughly 700 employees who are paid on a weekly basis. To compensate our employees, the site uses an antiquated custom payroll system. This system was established by IT personnel, most of whom have since retired. During a corporate-wide risk assessment, the Lincoln payroll system was flagged as a high risk for the enterprise, with the system's age and customization identified as some of the key reasons. Additionally, the corporation overall is looking to standardize our payroll software package to improve business continuity across the organization. The go-live target for this project is January 1st, 2026. Since this project is purely a system upgrade, there should be no changes in employee compensation or attendance tracking. As you will hear emphasized several times during the presentation, the project has a go-live date of January 1st, 2026. Through an intensive estimation process, the budget associated with this project is $230,000, of which we will see broken down further in the presentation. One of the key criteria for acceptance is that both payroll and attendance tracking remain consistent between the two systems. Additionally, one of the foundational assumptions of our project is the level of configuration required. While we do have some configuration budgeted through our preliminary assessments, it is believed that a light degree of configuration will be needed. Anything else poses a risk to both the project budget and timeline. One of the key constraints is that both the local finance and human resources teams are constrained by their regular workload. This has been taken into account in the project schedule, but highlights bandwidth concerns that may arise at points throughout the project. Additionally, one of the major risks that we have with this project is the risk of personnel either leaving the project for a new job or leaving the company altogether. Both of these risks, as well as others, are ranked by likelihood of occurrence and impact. Lastly, on the slide we see the key milestones associated with this project, as well as the expected month of completion. These milestones have been incorporated into the project WBS, RAM, network schedule, and Gantt chart. Throughout the quoting process, we have selected Kronos as a supplier to provide the time and attendance software platform. We estimated that a software package configuration, setup, and some equipment would be roughly $100,000. Based on Kronos's proposal, the software package, time clocks, and badges would be $60,000. Configuration, setup, and support would be $30,000, leaving about $10,000 as a contingency should configuration be more complex than initially estimated. The Kronos team would like to be involved starting with the initial mapping of the existing system in order to fully understand the framework for which they will be configuring their new system into. The Kronos team's involvement will then extend all the way through their warranty period, which is 1 month after go live. Lastly, the Kronos team will be led by senior consultant Michael Para. Michael has been with Kronos for over 7 years and as a senior consultant now for 3 years. Michael offers great experience, having implemented multiple other successful systems for customers, including one other Fortune 500 company. A key part of our implementation success is going to be strict adherence to our quality control plan. At a high level, we have several standards that our new payroll system needs to align to. First and foremost, we need to work within the guidelines of our union labor agreement. This requirement should be straightforward since the project needs to essentially duplicate the existing payroll and attendance policies in the current system. Lastly, we need to ensure that the tax requirements are also rolled over properly into a new system. In order to do all this, we have several tools and techniques that will allow us to accomplish this. Before anything will be configured in the new system, a review and consensus meeting will be held to ensure that the outline and mapping from the existing system aligns to reality. This meeting will be held with all parties involved to ensure alignment. Additionally, as the payroll module and attendance modules are configured, scripts and scenarios will be drafted and tested by site personnel through our user acceptance testing or UAT. Lastly, in an effort to ensure and prove that we are in complete alignment, we will conduct 1 month of parallel testing between the old and new systems. This testing will confirm that configuration and functionality between two systems aligns. A work breakdown structure has been developed highlighting the major work packages identified throughout the project life. Supporting each level 1 work package are tasks necessary to accomplish each package. The work package and its major tasks are color-coded with the project resource who will be responsible for the package or task. Due to size, this is only a portion of the WBS. The responsibility matrix, assignment matrix, aligns to the work packages and tasks we saw on the WBS. In addition to the WBS, however, the RAM highlights the time frame for completion for each work package. The RAM also aligns to the WBS showing the project resource assigned to it, but also includes a support personnel assigned to a task as a preventative measure should any resource become unavailable at some point. Again, like we saw with the WBS, this is only a portion of the RAM due to size. As a precursor to some more detailed Gantt charts, the network diagram shows at a high level the flow of work packages. From this look, you can see that some work packages can be worked on simultaneously in order to maximize project timing. These are only 2 portions of the larger network diagram. To establish our Gantt chart, we used Microsoft Projects. In the Gantt chart, we see each task individually along with the duration, start and finish times, preceding tasks, as well as resources required. All of this can be found on the left side of the image below. On the right side, we see a graphical Gantt chart representation of the project. The tasks highlighted in red represent those on the project's critical path. Delays along the critical path pose a risk to the overall project timeline unless mitigated elsewhere. The full Gantt chart will be shared after the presentation. This next graphic is the resource usage sheet. This chart depicts the amount of time for the remaining tasks by resource. As the project is underway, we will be able to monitor project status and work completed with the chart to the right. Lastly, the graphic on the bottom shows the complete start and finish dates of all the resources tasks. The next slide is a complete view of cost estimate by work package. The detail is available by task, but is summarized here for ease of viewing. All estimated expenses from software, time and labor, and additional supplies are captured in this estimate. The last topic to be discussed are the risks associated with this project. On the risk register, we have identified some of the major risks identified for this project. With each risk, we have the likelihood of occurrence as well as the impact to the project should the risk occur. Additionally, we have the trigger that indicates the risk is now a reality, the person identified to monitor the risk, and lastly, the response plan of the team. In a graphical representation, each risk is captured here on the risk matrix, highlighting the magnitude of impact. The most significant risk, being the project resource leaving the company, is highlighted in the bottom right in a dark orange shade. In conclusion, communication in every aspect is going to be key for the success of this project. Communication amongst the project team, with Michael Para and the Kronos team, as well as key project stakeholders, is going to be critical. This project is of extreme importance given the magnitude of the site and the volume of employees. Again, the January 1st, 2026 go live is the target date. We do not want to disrupt our employees' lives with this implementation. Going forward, stakeholders should be expected to receive monthly written updates for as the project progresses. Thank you, and I appreciate your time.